So I am taking advantage of the end of the month weigh-in. Usually I try to stay within 135, unless it's that time of the month. Then I might retain some water or after a cheat meal or something like that. But for the most part, with the PMS, I've been using evening primrose and taking eating more flaxseed and eating more turmeric for the inflammation, and flaxseed and evening primrose, they're fatty acids. I've been taking those for hormone balance, and I've been noticing that I haven't been retaining water because, as a woman, it is very disheartening and very, you feel very sad when you have worked your butt off, you're doing clean eating, and you're working out, and then you have this extra 3 to 4 pounds on your body that you have no control over. But, taking the fatty acids and then the turmeric helps me. And then I did a little, study on it, research on it with inflammation, swelling. So that's been helping me also. And just eating high fiber foods and not eating a lot of beef during that time, because sometimes when you are a person that, when I'm going through PMS, I have constipation, and that's because the body and the small intestine is absorbing, and I think it's the transverse colon, but I gotta look that up again, absorbing the water to put back into the body. So all of the fruits that have water, all the vegetables that have water, when you drink water, when you're going through PMS, your body, your colon and your intestines is absorbing all the nutrients and all the water. And so if your hypothalamus, the pituitary, posterior pituitary, controls the hormone ADH, which is anti-diuretic hormone. And that hormone sends a signal out to stop peeing. Anti-diuretic. Okay? And so every time you drink water, because the anti-diuretic hormone tells you to stop peeing, your body's holding on to that water. Your kidneys, your nephron is holding on to that. It's not releasing. It's releasing the same amount of solutes and things in the urine, but it's not releasing the waste product, the water. So you have less urine, still the same amount of waste, like maybe sodium and things that your body doesn't need, but the urine is still being held back, the water content of the urine. So I feel like controlling your hormones with things, taking a good multivitamin helps as well. And so, I stepped on the scale today and I was 135.2. And so we'll see when I weigh in. I'll keep you up. Well, I mean, if you weigh in at home, that's just as good. But, it's exciting when you step on the scale. Oh, you sit in that meeting and you know that all week, all month, you have put forth the effort. Especially when you know you love food just as much as the next person, and you put forth the effort to take care of your health. Not just to look good in clothes, but to love you. It's exciting to step on that scale, even if it's for a couple of seconds, to that notoriety, like, okay. So I'm walking up to Weight Watchers, and I'm going to, I don't know if they, someone's there to hold my recorder while I step on the scale, but I will show what it says. So I'm excited. So I just weighed in. I am in the restroom, and this is my weigh-in, June 27th, and this is during the second time I joined, but my weight is 135.5. Yay. So I made my weight.
Same as she said, plan ahead.
I've got time. So went to my weigh-in, yay. I'm gonna get about an hour workout in, and that's my reward. I used to weigh in, and then once I weigh in, I would say, now I can cheat on my diet, and maybe I will, but I don't want to get into a habit of reaching a goal and then rewarding myself with food. I want to get out of that habit, retrain my brain to think different about rewards. So I'm rewarding myself with a workout. Okay, so I love split squats. Oh my God. This one, you can do it without weight actually. And if you do like 20 to 25, your legs will be burning. You make sure the top of your foot is placed securely on the bench. And then you go into the floor, making sure your knee does not go over your toe. And it's like a lunge, a static lunge, but you have your foot on top of the bench. This puts emphasis on the glutes, the hamstrings, and the quadricep. So I usually aim for 20 on each side, but start with at least 10. You can add weight as much as you want, depending on what you want to accomplish. So if you want to, gain more muscle, you can use more weight. If you want to lean out, you can do more reps, but make sure you feel the burn. Don't just stop just because you're not used to it. Feel the burn, and sometimes if you feel the burn, you can stop for a second, go back in, but add this to your workout. You will not regret it. I love this one. So here is a deadlift with the cable. You want your butt facing the cable machine. Put the rope attachment on the cable and step away just slightly. And that what you want to do is when you go down, make sure you put the emphasis on your heel and lift up. You don't want to necessarily lift the weight up. The weight comes up with you. And you put the heel emphasis, on the heel so that you can feel it in the glutes. We walk forward, so our quad is more sensitive to development than the hamstring. That's where all the cellulite and all that stuff usually is for women. So make sure you put the emphasis on your heel and do between 12 and 20. All right. So here you want to put the bench on the side that you want the foot to be placed on. And I wouldn't advise you to put any weight on this Smith machine, because that leg, that glute, that foot is going to have to push you up. Not the one touching the floor, but the one on the bench. And it is very challenging in a good way. You're going to feel this one. The first time I put some plates on, I did 6. When I took the plates off, I was able to do 10. And I felt this one. It is very, very challenging in a good way. So this here, I'm just showing you from another angle how it looks. So you, once again, you place your foot on that bench and you push yourself up. You see how, and you're using muscle, not velocity necessarily, not momentum. And the foot that's touching the floor is doing a lunge, but that's not really where the emphasis is. It's on the leg, the glute that is on the bench. And when I tell you, you're going to fall in love with this one. You do like maybe 4 sets on each side. You may not even have to do another exercise that day. So here I grabbed a 20-pound barbell, put it over my head on my shoulders, step out and go into the floor, making sure your knees do not go over your toe. You don't want to develop any knee problems. So here, this is working on the hamstrings, the glutes, and the quads. Like I said before, I showed this exercise, the longer the stride that you, the further you have your foot stepped out, the more it works on your hamstring and your glute. The closer to your body you have your foot, the more it works on your quad. And here I have that same 20-pound barbell that I use for the static lunges. And these are walking lunges. And it does help when you're doing walking lunges, you're actually lifting up, which is forcing you upward, helping to lift the glutes up and the hamstrings, forming the shape of them. And so I usually do 1 up, 1 back, 1 up, 1 back, 3 up all together and 3 back all together in total. And I lengthen my stride if I want more emphasis on the glutes and hamstrings, and I shorten my stride if I want the emphasis on the quadriceps. Great exercise. Now this exercise really helps the glutes, the legs, and the back. Oh, you really feel it in your lats, because as you jump up, you actually pull up and down. So I did like 3 sets of 20 and I felt it. Love it. Okay, so TRX again, the ropes helps with the shoulders, and if you squat down enough, you'll even feel it in the glutes. So here I just did the ropes, and I usually do like about 30 seconds to a minute, and then you just go up and down and go as high as you can and squat as low as you can, and you can do count reps, but I do 3 sets of 30 seconds. So here, these are walking sumo squats. Works the inner thighs, works the glutes, works the hamstrings, but the emphasis really is on the inner thighs and the glutes. Go deep as you can, and you step back, make sure you watch behind you, and then you lead with the same leg you left off with, and you will feel this in the inner thighs. Go up and down maybe like 4 times back, 4 times up. And I usually like to cap my workout off with these and then hops. Hops are really good too. That's going to be the next exercise.